All right. Well, I've got top of the hour, and there might be some people still joining live. If you aren't able to watch the whole live session today, then know that this will be recorded and uploaded for you to watch anytime. So you could pick it up at any time. Welcome. I'm Tonya, and I'm subbing today. And this is a gentle yoga class with meditation, about 45 minutes. So we'll have about 20 minutes of movement and about 15 minutes of meditation. Our meditation today will be on our back. If that's comfortable for you, you could be on your side, you could be sitting up, but it will be a body scan meditation that we'll do at the end. So we're going to work with our joints today, some joint warm ups, something to get some of that stiffness, tightness, stagnation out of the body, maybe from sitting, maybe from the cold, depending on where you're at, or just from life in general. So, finding a comfortable position that you could sustain right now for about 2 minutes, we're going to work with a um, alternate nostril breath. And if you've never practiced alternate nostril, don't worry. Um, I'll guide you through it. And there's a couple different ways we can do it, but today, the way that I'll teach it is we'll use two hands. So I'm going to take one hand on one nostril and we'll breathe in through the other nostril. And then close that nostril off and breathe out through the other nostril. So you can have your eyes closed or open, maybe open initially, inhaling through the nostril, close it off, and exhale through the other. Inhaling and exhaling. Now, you might have blocked sinuses. And so, if this is uncomfortable for you or not available, then you can just imagine that breath coming in and out through opposite nostrils. So, keep going at your own pace. Just a regular breath, no need to force anything. If it feels like it's difficult to get the breath in at all, try to relax the shoulders, relax your jaw, and take in maybe a deeper breath. But focus on the extension of both the inhale and the exhale, soft and smooth and regular in the breath. There's no right or wrong. And if holding the hands up is even painful or uncomfortable, again, you can just release the hands to the lap and just visualize the breath flowing in and out through the nostrils. We'll take just another maybe 3 to 5 rounds at your own pace. And as you complete your last round, complete it through the left nostril. And then just wait for a moment. Just sit, listen, and quiet, eyes closed or open, and just kind of sensing how the alternate nostril breath kind of affected your energy level in the moment. And what I find too is that sometimes it becomes just a alternate nostril clearing breath. So it's clearing the sinuses. And so if you need to grab a tissue to clear the nose even more, go ahead and do that. That's what I experience myself. So we'll just take another couple of moments just to reside in that breathing exercise as we start to feel the balancing effects. The idea with that breath is that it brings balance to left and right hemispheres of the brain, left and right of the body. So the energy level of our body and also the quieting of our body. So activating and deactivating different systems so that we find harmony and balance in it. So hopefully it gave you a sense of grounding and stability and maybe calming. There might be some other words that come up for you that might be more appropriate. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start moving now. So just roll the shoulders back and down. And then take your arms forward and bring the thumbs into the palms. Wrap your fingers around those hands or thumbs and circle the wrist. You can bring the elbows to your sides if holding the shoulders up isn't comfortable. And just circle, rotate those wrists nice and slow, and just notice if there's any like popping, snapping, anything like that in the wrist, maybe one and not the other, maybe both. Noticing just the range of motion in the wrist. Try to do this without moving the whole rest of your arm. Just try to focus on the joint of the wrist. Good. And then release that, sending the fingers forward, and then curl the fingers in, and then send the fingers forward. You can rest your hands on your lap if you'd rather, and curl those fingers in and out. Just doing this a couple times. All right. And then sweep the arms out wide on an inhale. And then on an exhale, bring your hands to your shoulders. And then circle the elbows. Maybe they're small circles, maybe they're big circles. Maybe one shoulder doesn't circle as much as the other one. Maybe come up higher. Try to do so just with just a sense of low tension, though, in the shoulders. So low tension. There's no right or wrong. There's no need to rush it. Just sense, track sensation throughout the process. And then let's go the other way. Slow rotation. You might notice one again is different than the other. Maybe circling the other way was a little easier, less strenuous. Good. And just a couple more. All right. And then release that hands down to your sides, maybe touching the floor if you're sitting, if you're seated, ugh, if you're sitting, you can talk on the floor, or if you're sitting on a chair. All right. Inhale, bring your right arm up, and exhale, take a side bend. And let's move. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, lower the arm down. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, side bend. And back up and down. Two more times. Good. And then coming up, reach, 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 and lower down. And then circle the shoulders up, down, and back. Two more circles. Last one. Okay, let's go the other side. Arm reaches up and over to the side. Back up and down. If you want to, look at your hand. Sometimes that gazing at the hand can help bring focus and attention inward. You could also look forward if you want. Whatever feels better on your neck. You could even look down. Or you might explore different ranges. And go ahead and let those hands rest to your sides. Circle the shoulders up, back, and down again. All right. Great. We're going to come down now onto our mat. And have your towel and your pillow at the ready, at the nearby. You could even, lay on your, pillow or your towel if you wanted a little bit more comfort underneath the body. And we'll take the arms straight out to the side, let those feet come in, and let the knees rest together. And breathing deep, letting it in and letting it out. Now bringing both knees in towards your chest, maybe holding on the shins or the backs of the legs. And taking your legs now up to the ceiling and circle the ankles. Circle the other way. And just bring one knee into your chest and lower the other foot to the floor or straighten your leg down to the floor. Maybe there's a little bit of movement around, forward and back. And placing that foot to the floor. Pause for just a moment, sense, any difference in sensation side to side. And bring your other knee into your chest. Little circles or pulses, forward and back or side to side. And then release that foot down to the floor and just sense the lower body, sensing any sensation through the pelvis area, the legs. All right. Now roll onto your side and just pause for a moment, maybe placing something under the head. And then press yourself up just a little or a lot to grab your pillow. And we're going to bring it right close to our hip. So just kind of tucking it in there. And hopefully it's not longer than your torso. So you might turn your pillow sideways if you're using a bed pillow. We're going to come down, drape ourselves over sideways over that um, pillow, just resting your head either on the floor or maybe on your towel. You can kind of fold or roll up the towel and place it under the head so that you're getting a little bit of extension on the side. And we'll bring the knees out in front of us, stack the knees and the lower legs, arms out in front. All right. So let's take the top arm and we're going to circle it overhead, kind of towards the short edge of our mat or the wall, and then reach the arm to the back, circle that arm down next to the hip, and you maybe have the elbow bent. Just track sensations as you move here. So making sure that you're not moving past a range that might cause issues to the tissues. You're just kind of moving. And if you want a little bit more, maybe the head goes back and looks at the hand. Maybe the eyes look at your hand. I'll just do maybe one or two more in this direction. And then let's go the other direction. So just kind of sensing the difference. And you might find that one direction is easier than the other. Just take your time to track the sensation as you move through this. Good. And then taking the arm out in front, and we'll just hold here, stacking the arms and the legs and the shoulders. Your head is in line with the spine, so you're not in a rounded position. Your spine, if you could see me from above, I would be in more or less a straight line from my head to my hips. Good. All right. Now we're going to come onto our stomach, and I'm going to come to lie on that pillow so that your torso, your shoulders are above. So I'm going to just rest my forearms down like a sphinx pose. And so it should feel comfortable, not too strenuous. And we'll just hold here for a couple breaths, getting nice and long. Can reach through those legs. All right. And then come down so you can rest. Maybe your head comes to the floor, maybe to the back of the hands, elbows to the sides. Now bring your attention to the lower body and just make it really heavy. Press down towards the floor. You might notice then that the upper body begins to lift, and let's go ahead and lift it. Elbows and head and torso all lift simultaneously. And then exhale, lower down towards the floor. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale, the head, elbows, and shoulders move as a unit, and lower down. One more time. Inhale, rise, and exhale, lower. And just rest for a couple of breaths here. All right. I'm going to stretch one arm forward and roll to the other side. So we're going to do that side, that rotation of the shoulder now on this other side. So knees coming out in front, your head resting on your pillow or your towel. Taking the arms straight out in front, your body is a nice line. And let's go. So inhaling, the top arm kind of circles up behind the head and behind towards the screen, maybe, and circle down. We'll do about 5 total rotations, just kind of sensing and tracking your breath, any ability to rotate on this side, maybe not at all. So just tracking sensations through your body as you move, linking breath and movement, maybe. And if you're ready, going the other way, just try to relax your jaw. Just kind of gazing maybe at the hand, letting your head move as it wants with the arm. Try not to resist. And then the last one here, we'll go ahead and stack those arms back together. Palms maybe stack. All right. We're going to come onto our stomach again, onto the pillow. Adjusting the pillow as you need. So it might support your hips a little bit. And this time, we're going to keep the arms a little wider than the shoulders. And we're going to do, actually, we're going to bring the arms even wider. So maybe out beyond your mat. So lower your head down. We're going to work through some dynamic cobras here. So pressing your hips and your legs down to the floor with your next inhale, lift up. Keep your hands and your forearms down. Exhale as you lengthen and lower down towards the floor. And let's do 2 more. Push down to rise. So that might mean you don't go up very high. And exhale, lower and lengthen. 2 more. One more time. No, 2 more. Sorry. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, rise. And exhale down. Good. Releasing head down, maybe resting your head on the back of your hands or on your towel, whatever might be most comfortable for you. All right, so now we're going to work the lower leg. So rest your head down to the floor, elbows go outside. And with your next inhale, notice your left leg and lift it straight and up and lower down. Other side. When you're ready, activate the glutes, the hamstrings, notice your toes, and then lower down. Switch. Keeping your torso down on that pillow and switch. Activate the back and lower. One more time each side. Good. And then rest everything. Just drop into the pillow, onto the surface. Drop everything. Release any gripping in the body, any tension in the breath. All right. And then bringing your hands next to the pillow, under the shoulders, tuck your toes under, and press up gently into a tabletop position. Walk the knees forward. And we'll do some cat cow here. So on your next exhale, rounding. And on your inhaling, arching so that the front of the body lengthens. And on your exhale, the back of the body lengthens. Maybe the elbows are soft. Maybe your head is moving along with the spine. Or maybe if that causes dizziness, then we just keep our head neutral. You can explore that a little too. And maybe one or two more. And then we'll come into child's pose. So you have a couple of options. You can take the pillow underneath your torso, and you can take your towel behind the knees. So it's something to support the legs, the torso, and just draping yourself over your props. And maybe you find you don't like any of that. So, especially if this is a new experience for you, just be curious about it. Like, well, could I tolerate this for another 5 breaths, or do I need to adjust? And see if you can find that ease and comfort and just kind of settle into it a little bit longer. 3 more breaths. Great. And let's rise up to uh, to come up onto our knees, and we can remove all those props. You could also place something under the knees. We're going to face the long edge of our mat. But if that means that you're away from the camera and want to adjust your mat, I'll give you a moment to do that. We'll stand on the knees. You can pad your knees here if you like, and take the left leg out to the side. So the toes can point forward or out to the side, whatever feels better on your leg and your ankle. With the next inhale, sweep the arms out nice and wide. And exhale, stretch over your leg, reaching the right arm up. Think of this more as an extension up to the ceiling more than a side bend. So maybe combination. So we reach up and we reach across. So reach up with the breath in and reach across with the breath out. Reach up and out. Last one. Good. And reach up, 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 up. Lower the arm down and tuck that knee under the hip. And we'll switch sides. Going out to the side. And inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, tip, 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 tip. Reach, reach, reach. And lower the hand down. Keep sending your left arm up to the ceiling. And then exhale, maybe a little bit more to the side. Just track sensations. Inhale up, exhale to the side. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Just a slow transition coming up and exhaling to lower down. Good. And bringing the knees back under the hips. And turn now to the short edge of your mat. We're going to come back into child's pose with a thread the needle. So taking your knees wide, and again, maybe either something under the knees, maybe even a pillow for the head. Going to send back arm under the front, and maybe your head comes down to the pillow, and your other arm can go straight. Or if you want to explore, we'll reach it up and behind and wrap it around the waist. So another option. Just letting that head rest on the pillow for 3 more breaths. And then slowly unwind that back arm, coming into regular child's as you reach the arms forward, maybe resting your head on that pillow or sliding it under your torso. And let's thread the needle to the other side. So taking your other arm, threading it under. Your head can be down, face down to the mat, or turn to the side. 3 more breaths here. All right. And then stretching forward, reaching those arms nice and long, maybe resting the head or the torso on your pillow. And just we're going to take a tricep stretch here for the elbows. So you can move your pillow to the side and walk your hands together and your elbows a little wider than the head, or maybe as wide as the shoulders, or a little wider, and start to walk those elbows forward as you bring your hands now to the back of the head or to the nape of the neck. You can clasp the hands or just press the palms towards your body. And release that. Bring your arms wide enough, and we'll lift up to tabletop, remove that blanket, and press up to downward dog. If you're not downward dogging today, you can just come into happy puppy with the arms long and the hips over the heels, or press yourself up to send energy at the back of the legs, opening up the backs of those legs, those knees, getting a nice big stretch for the hamstrings, inviting length in the body. being curious about sensation, deepening the breath in with the new, out with the old. And coming down to the floor, getting yourself now set up so that you have your pillow for the torso. And we'll take the towel. So make sure your pillow is going to support your head here too. So my pillow is a little short to support my head, so I need to move it back. And you're going to open up your towel so that it's, its whole length, and then roll it up. And then we'll take that towel and bring it over the tops of the feet, wrap it around the backs of the legs, and just let your knees come out wide. We're going to come on down onto the pillow for a supported butterfly. And if you don't like the legs in this position, then straighten the legs and you could bring the towel behind your knees instead, like so, down to the ground. So that's another option. So getting that prop set up just right so you can kind of settle in for just about 2 minutes here, and then we're going to go into a guided meditation. So this might be a position that you could sustain for the next 15 minutes or so, but otherwise, in another minute and a half, I'll invite you to potentially change that position. So just sensing how this openness feels in the body, if it's energizing, uplifting, or do you feel, more shallowness in your breath? What do you notice about your breath in this position? Being upright, or I should say, facing up towards the ceiling or the sky, can maybe be a little bit more energizing for some. Being downward facing can be a little bit more quieting, but not for all. So just kind of check to see how this position, how this feels. Does it feel like a big sigh? Where you can just drop in, bringing in the new and out with the old. Every new breath, opportunity for the next to be released. Without this constant interplay of breath exchange, there would be no life. So acknowledge your own vitality, the life force that continues this will. And we'll just take a few more moments here to sense this. And I invite you, you can either stay here or slowly transition to bring the knees together and roll to one side just to move the pillow now a little bit more for under the head, kind of adjusting so that you come back into more neutral position, and you can lie on your side for the next 10 minutes. This is a really nice place to land. You could stay on your side, or you could roll back onto your back with that blanket or the towel, excuse me, under the knees, legs going straight. So your body's in a more neutral position, or come onto your side. Being on the side might be supportive, more supportive for you today. And so we have about 10 minutes. I'll be guiding you through a meditation. So just get yourself comfortable, steady, at ease, and just send in or send out the breath naturally and bring in the breath naturally. Eyes closed or open. And I invite you now to bring in what is called an intention or sankalpa. In yoga, is called sankalpa, which is a resolve or resolution. What is something that you would like to plant a seed for the future? Maybe you would like to lose weight. Maybe you'd like to quit smoking. Maybe there's a new skill that you would like to learn, or maybe there's more of a virtue you'd like to embody. So take a moment to kind of bring into your mind's eye or into the seat of your heart this uh, an intention, a resolve. And it could just be a word, it could be a phrase, it could just be a picture, an image. And once you have that, now I invite you to say 3 times, either out loud or quietly inwardly to yourself, this sankalpa, this resolve. And say it 3 times to yourself. And don't worry if you don't have one. Maybe again, it's just a word or an image. Maybe you want to do more yoga this year or this day. So bring it in, and it's like planting a seed of intention into our subconscious that as we move throughout our coming days becomes imp- becomes basically planted, that we will nourish consciously or subconsciously. So bring it in 3 times. And now, after you've said it 3 times, let it go. Just like on the exhale, just letting it go, offering it out. And in this Yoga Nidra practice today, as we have set our resolve, our intention, and we have let it go out into the world to manifest, we now, in our subconscious, as it resides, we'll take a body scan to let this become our guidepost, our tiller, our compass. Now notice the inside of your mouth, the upper and lower jaw, the cheeks, the right ear, the left ear, the air coming in through your nose, your left eye, your right eye, the right temple, the top of your head, and the left temple, the left side of your neck, the right side, the right shoulder, the right elbow, your right hand, your right thumb, index finger, the right middle finger, the right ring finger, and the right pinky, the whole right hand, the right forearm, the right upper arm, the right armpit, your right waistline, your right hip, your right knee, your right ankle, your right foot, the right big toe, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, and the fifth toe. Noticing your whole right foot, the whole right leg, the right hip. And without judgment, notice your breath coming in through the lower belly at the pelvis and breathing out. Noticing the left hip, the left knee, the left ankle, the left big toe, second toe, middle toe, fourth toe, and the fifth toe. Noticing your whole left foot, your whole left leg, your left hip, and notice the area just below the navel. And breathing in here, feeling the warmth, noticing both legs, noticing your belly breathe, your body move with that breath, noticing the left hip, the left waistline, the left armpit, the left shoulder, the left elbow, the left wrist, the left hand, the left thumb, the left index finger, the left middle finger, the left fourth finger, and the left little finger. Noticing your whole left arm, the left shoulder, the left side of your neck. Notice the breath coming in through the heart, through the back of the throat. Feeling your torso breathe. Noticing both arms, your torso, the back of your body, the back of your neck. Noticing your breath coming in through the nose, the back of the throat, and into the heart. And feeling the surface beneath the body, the points of connection that are touching the earth, the back of the head, the shoulders, your arms, your hands, your hips, the legs, and the feet. And noticing your whole body. Feel the spacious awareness. And feel the lightness of your body, like a feather floating, vast. Now notice the density of your body, like earth, like lead, heavy, solid. Now come back to the feeling of light, of weightlessness, like a feather, expansive. And now to the feeling of density, solid. And then find the place between the two, residing, seamless. And noticing your body breathe. No judgment, acceptance, kindness. At the center of your heart, a rose. And breathing in smoothly to smell that rose. And breathing out. Breathing in, slow, soft, and regular. Take in the scent of the rose. And breathing out softly, gently, and smoothly. Returning now to the physical body, to the surface beneath you. And this concludes our Yoga Nidra practice. And I invite you now to welcome in your intention, your resolve, your resolution 3 more times into the mind and the body, the heart, the spirit. And begin to now notice the surface beneath you, letting go of the resolution, the resolve, sending it out once again into the universe, into the world, and also feeling it in the heart, feeling it in your breath, your body, integrated into the mind and the heart. Feeling the surface beneath you, welcoming in my voice, welcoming in the sounds of the room, anything else you might notice, maybe distant sounds, near sounds, welcoming in any other senses, tastes, touch, and bringing yourself back into the space around you, back to the movement of the fingers and the toes, ankles and wrists, welcoming in bigger movements, arriving back, maybe knees to chest, maybe rolling to your side. And as you are ready, welcome yourself to a seated position where we'll close our time together today. So once you've arrived at a seated position, I welcome or invite you to welcome the hands in front of the heart as we close our time together in this practice where we've set a resolve, an intention. We've brought ourselves to this practice of movement, of renewal, of restoration, and re energizing. May you be well always as you move forward into a new day. I bow to each and every one of you and lifting the gaze, releasing the hands. Thank you so much for joining me in this comeback yoga class. Again, my name is Tonya, and we welcome all of your support just showing up. If you have financial means and can support, there's a link below. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel here on Comeback Yoga and the YouTube channel. And hope to see you all again. I'll stay for just a moment if you'd like to type something in the chat. Otherwise, I will see you again in the future. Be well.